French leaders are having a tough time commanding military operations against Islamist militants. Their troops have failed in a raid to rescue a hostage in the eastern African country of Somalia because of strong resistance from insurgents. French special forces launched on Friday an overnight operation to rescue an intelligence agent in southern Somalia. The French agent has been held hostage by an Islamic militant group since 2009. French Defense Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian said on Saturday that one French commando died, another is missing, and 17 Somali fighters were killed during the raid. The Defense Minister said he believes the hostage was unfortunately killed by the captors.
But this morning, Al-Shabaab released a statement saying Alex was still alive and that he would stand trial in the next 48 hours. During the raid, one French soldier was killed and another went missing. Al-Shabaab claims to have the missing commando in its custody. On July 14, 2009, Somalia was in the middle of civil war. Secret agents Denny Alex and his colleague Marc Aubrière were kidnapped from this hotel in the capital. Officially, the two men were in the country to train 150 Somali soldiers. 1 month later, Aubrière managed to flee while his captors slept. The last proof Alex was alive is this video from last year. In it, he pleaded to the French president. But according to France, the Islamists had refused any attempt to negotiate over 3.5 years. This morning, Al-Shabaab threatened bitter consequences to France and its citizens.
French troops attacked the house in Boula Marer at 2 a.m., but Al-Shabaab's fighters pushed them back. When their soldiers couldn't get anywhere, they used helicopters to bomb indiscriminately. We defeated them and they retreated without achieving their target. We have confirmed 2 dead from their side. One of them, they left him injured. We tried to treat him, but he died of his injuries. We saw them take dead bodies and injured soldiers, and we estimate there were about 10 of them. From our side, 2 Al-Shabaab fighters were killed, but they also killed more than 10 civilians, including women, men and elderly, and we will show their bodies later to the media. They failed to capture the French soldier, and he is still in our custody. We will give more information about his status later.
The mission clearly failed, but was its timing linked to events on the other side of Africa? French troops have just launched an offensive against Islamists in Mali. Paris may have been concerned that its hostage in Somalia could have been killed as a form of retaliation. The French deployment in Mali has been fast, aggressive and so far successful. Airstrikes yesterday and today have stopped a rebel advance, perhaps saving the whole country, a former French colony, from an Islamist takeover. But there is a long way to go for the French and for African governments fighting against Islamist insurgencies that are destabilizing significant chunks of the continent and which could threaten Europe too.
D'ores et déjà.
Thanks to the courage of our soldiers, a blow is delivered and heavy losses were inflicted to our adversaries. But our mission is not over. I reiterate that it consists of preparing the deployment of an African force of intervention to allow Mali to recover its territorial integrity in accordance to the Security Council resolutions.
Hollande said the offensive in Mali would continue for as long as it takes, and it appears that France is getting some assistance from other African nations this evening, which are going to send troops along with the French troops to help battle the rebels. Hollande also said that back home here in France, the anti-terrorist alert level is going to be increased because of the operations in Africa.